Hello guys, and welcome back to a brand new live stream from the ProMods team, this time with a new convoy. The first convoy we are having since the one in August. Today I am with a few fellow colleague members, which are Brix, Pim, Mandel, Ted, Jose, Nico, and Vlad. Today we are celebrating the release of ProMods Classic, as well as Christmas. This is both Christmas and ProMods Classic livestream, which will have 2,500 kilometers. It will be around 2 hours and a half, maybe 3. And we will also answer your questions. So whatever questions you have about the development of ProMods or ProMods Classic, ask in the chat, preferably with something like Q&A at the beginning so that we know it's a question for us. And we will try as best as we can to reply your questions in time. We are close to starting the convoy, but maybe some people want to present first, guys.
Okay.
Okay, guys, are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's maybe just do a roll call from left to right or something.
Okay, so who goes first? Bricks, right?
Sure, why not? Hello, I'm Bricks at Home, aka Bricks. I don't really know what I do anymore. I don't really do a lot. I think I'm supposed to be ProMods Canada developer, but we all know how well that's going. I do a few. I'd like to think that I do some stuff in Wales as well, but again, yeah, there you go.
Okay, Pim.
Yeah, hello. My name is Pim Jung-un, developer for like half a year, something like that. Been mostly working in the Netherlands, and I'm currently working on some stuff for the West Balkan merge.
Very well, and now Mandel.
Hello, I'm Maldesoft. I'm actually one of the admins of ProMods, and I'm the guy who tried to make sure that this thing actually works. And I'm also doing some stuff for SCS, so some projects that I cannot disclose yet, but yeah. So we have a bit of more insider information, but also trying to bring a bit of ProMods into SCS's map development.
Okay, thank you. Now Tedesco.
Hey, Tedesco here, also known as Ted. I've been here at ProMods for, it's gonna be, what, 2 years now? Almost 2 years. I mainly focus on ProMods, as some of you may know, ProMods Great Step and ProMods Middle East. I occasionally do some stuff in Europe. I do have a Georgia project and an ambitious project, which has been announced actually, I think a few months ago. Greenland, which is really ambitious. That's it.
Thank you. Now Jose.
Yes, I'm Jus, but you may also know me as Justin or Justin. I am the one responsible for the Project E6 merge, and I'm currently also helping with the Balkan merge. And besides those, I'm also helping Ted with Greenland, the ambitious project.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Nico.
Alright, yeah, I'm Nico. Some people might know me from one of the founders of ProMod. Now I'm mostly focusing on Canada if I have time, but time is starting to become harder and harder to get. I will join the convoy only for the first part. And it's quite cool to be driving again on some of the parts of the map that I made like 10 years ago. So it's really cool that we got all this old crap working again, basically.
Yeah, that was quite some effort.
Yeah, it's
Really
nice
good
nostalgia. Yeah, it's nice to see it back. I hope people enjoy that we
Yeah.
brought some of these.
Yeah, it was actually
Old
maybe
jewels
an
back.
effort of Scan 720, Horizon, and me.
Yeah, it's crazy to think how this old work even was able to load after all that time still in this editor. Like back then, it was so rudimentary that it works is quite it's quite unbelievable.
Yeah, but now that we've done the work, it's probably
Yeah.
easy to upgrade the next 3 patches. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you,
All
Nico.
right. Who's next?
It's
That's
Vlad.
on you.
Oh, me. Okay. Guys, people from the chat, you already know me from the previous streams. I am Stefan, developer of Romania since May. And yeah, go Bucharest expansion. Yay. Now, Vlad, do you want to talk with, about you? You here?
Don't think he can
He's
hear
trying
us.
to. He unmuted, but
Yeah.
it's not working.
At least he unmuted himself. Alright.
Perhaps. Yes, I'm
No
working
worries.
like.
Alright, guys. Everyone is set up to start driving?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so Brix, you go first.
this.
After that, I'll follow, and then Pim, Mendel, Ted, Joes, Nico, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Good.
let's
Here
go.
we go.
All right, we're off.
Off.
Bim.
Yes, Mando.
Oh, if you
Merging,
notice, there's
merging.
2 exits.
That's an awkward gate.
You take the left one, is
Don't look at me. I don't have any cargo to declare.
oh,
Or any
Me
cargo
neither.
in the first place.
I have a trailer, but no cargo.
Empty trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah. We are starting now in Bergen. And
Scandinavia, where everything
the,
started.
the thing is that in these old versions of ProMods, there were some cities that we made ourselves, but there are 5 cities that are just copy pasta. There was some more common practice in the past. So this is one that's still original, and as you can see, it's not looking great. It's pretty empty. But hey,
That's how it started.
Which
what-
year?
before.
Which year was this? 2013?
Maybe some or even late 2012, but
Wow.
No, this was 2013, I think.
yeah.
Actually,
Long time ago.
yeah, it was 2013. Like this was,
Almost
I
playing
think
the game,
Bergen
yeah.
was one of the last cities we made before we released the first version.
Oh,
Oh.
Are we obeying traffic lights and whatnot, or
I think we
I
are.
don't
are
know.
we ignoring them?
I think
Oh, I've just
we
ignored
can,
that one.
I
It
think we
depends on the
can
person in
run the
front of me.
traffic lights.
alright.
I see a first Q&A question, especially for Ted.
Or me.
Yes. No,
Mm.
Ted, specifically.
Specifically.
On a
Okay.
scale of 1 to 10, would it be possible for your brand to venture into some parts of Africa, mainly South Africa?
Oh, damn, that's very ambitious. According to what we really do, it really depends on if a person from the development team decides to work on an expansion towards this area. I have to say that South Africa is probably very ambitious and very far away from current plans, but it is possible in, for example, ProMods Middle East, which is the most likely candidate for this, to have a somewhat expansion inside Africa, maybe towards the south or deeper into Egypt.
Yeah, Middle East also
Yeah.
already has a part in Africa, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but
course.
if you want to go to the south of Africa,
Yeah, that's a long way to
that's-
go.
That's a very long way.
that I wouldn't get your hopes up too much.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up for South Africa.
We,
But
al- we
perhaps
already
stuff in
are
Africa.
Maybe
quite,
in another 10 years.
Not even that.
Yeah,
not
we
even that. But
we already
it's
are
not-
quite overburdened with work, and
it's not.
we already have a long enough wish list. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm-
not unlikely that we could get some new stuff in Africa.
Yes. But for now, we have 2 people from myself and Tedesco working on like the steppe and Middle East.
Yeah.
So
My main focus right now is
Africa is not
the
possible.
Kazakhstan rework. Yeah. That's it.
Also, another Q&A question: is there any info you can share regarding ProMods Canada expansion or future plans?
That will be Bricks and Nico.
Bricks and Nico, yes.
I mean, we are always planning to do more, but we just noticed that it's really hard to find the time to work on it. So right now it's mostly Adrian that's doing a lot of work, and quite recently we have spent some effort in trying to bring the newest changes from SCS in the sectors that we share. So like the, what is it called, the Pakar test center is now in there, and we have a city close to being finished with the road, but it's just a few developers working on it with not a lot of time. It's just going slow, which is a shame. We hope that we could keep the pace that we had like last year when we made like a big release, but unfortunately right now this is the current pace we have. More developers are needed, I guess, so if there are people who want to help out, get in touch.
Yeah,
And,
there's been a lot of work done on ProMods Canada, and we want to get it out just as much as everyone in the community wants it. But it's just a case of linking it up to the existing map pretty
that's
much. We've got a fair chunk of the Trans-Canada Highway 1 pretty much from Golden into a fair way into Alberta, but it's just getting that connected to our existing map that is proving to take the longest time.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
there's the stumbling block of Calgary, isn't it, Alberta?
I mean, once we reach
City, right?
Calgary, we have a lot of work, of course, there again. But
Yeah.
just creating the roads in BC and British Columbia, it just takes a lot of time because of the mountains there. Building mountains just takes a massive amount of time. Once we reach Alberta, it will probably be easier to make some progress because it's pretty boring and flat.
Nico, another question for you. How long did it
Yeah.
take to make the first ProMods map?
Well, with the first ProMods map, we started in December 2012, and the first version came out in August 2013. So that's like 9 months. And we actually, I mean, it doesn't look like it with how simple the scenery is around here, but in 9 months, building something together with one other person, it just takes a lot of time.
But yeah, you can see that there, for instance, here there is basically no brushing off the terrain. It's all just the same
Yep,
grass
Yeah,
texture.
exactly. And
So-
And, that
Yeah.
was before sectors were a thing, right? Or did they already exist?
when we released, they existed, but when we started, they didn't. I think they were introduced just before released. I think they were introduced out of
Yeah.
my head.
I think
But-
patch 1.4.
Yeah, but to be fair, for us, that wasn't really a problem, right? Because back then, we were just I was the only one working on the map, so we didn't really need the sectors.
Ah, okay.
The thing was just covering the distance. That took a lot of time. And of course, just getting to know with the whole system. Like the tooling we have these days didn't exist back then. The editor was quite rudimentary, and you could see the same with the original map from SCS, which is now slowly being rebuilt as well. They also had the more rudimentary approach of building things.
Oh yeah.
Another question: is there any plans to upgrade? Sorry, there was a question about UK future development of UK, United Kingdom. Briggs?
I suppose I'm probably best to answer this one. There's lots that I want to do in the UK, definitely. In terms of other developers, I don't think we've got a huge amount of projects currently ongoing.
No, I don't think there's much development there.
Yeah, there's also
No.
a difference between wanting to do something and actually having the time and effort to do something.
Yes, exactly. My list of my main project in the UK at the moment would be working through Central Wales, adding Bwyth Wells. That's probably not how you pronounce the name. But there's other things I want to do, like rebuilding the Welsh M4 corridor, like stuff like the A34, various city rebuilds. Like you could go on forever. Liverpool, Manchester, that whole area. There's tons and tons of stuff that you could do in the UK, but it's just finding the time to do it.
Yeah.
What's also hard about the UK is, of course, the fact that they drive on the other side of the road. So a lot of the new assets that were created in the road for roads, etc., we can't just use in the UK. We have to convert them if you want to use them. So it's harder to rebuild.
Will there be more cities added to Sweden or Norway in the future?
I think I may be the best one to answer this one.
Well, the thing is that except for maybe the E6 merge from use, I don't think we are going to add new ones soon, because I think SCS already announced it that they are already working in that area.
Yep.
He did.
So we would like to lay our focus somewhere else. That SCS has already has passed, so that we don't risk overwriting our work again.
Yeah,
I did talk to Hughes about a possibility in the future to expand upon the SCS content on that area after the E6 merge, but that's not obviously not for now.
Yeah, for the E6 merge, I currently have, I think, one town which exists in Project E6 is reworked, and there will be 2 new ones. So that will be about 3 new cities added, and besides that, the E6 will be connected, of course, meaning that you can drive from south to north without going to Sweden, for people that don't like Sweden.
And without using the mod separately.
Exactly. But that's I'm pretty excited for it, but it takes a pretty long time to merge. But it's almost done. That's what I can say.
Mandel, a question for you. What is ProMods Classic? What we are doing right now?
ProMods Classic is basically more like a museum piece of all the discarded content that we have built over the past 10 years. So most of it is content we have replaced over the years with new SCS content. For instance, here, this is Scandinavia before the Scandinavia DLC came out.
So this is over like 8 years old, right? Since Scandinavia is 2015.
Yeah, this is
10 years old, right?
actually more like 8.5 now. But some of the content has been unchanged since the first release, so some of it is more than 10 years old. So
This is
Long
impressive.
time ago.
This means it's like right after the Going East DLC, right?
right about there, yes. So, for instance, some of these older parts of the map have a bit more dodgy mapping techniques. For instance,
The mountain
In
on
all-
the right.
This, yeah, what we're
Yeah.
currently driving up to.
but also this road here. So in the original game, you had these procedural generated roads. You couldn't just say, well, I want to have dotted yellow lines in the middle. So we actually made a texture with yellow lines in the middle, a separate asphalt texture. So we couldn't switch between different asphalt textures if you wanted the yellow line in the middle. So this was the only way you could do it. But in a newer version in Scandinavia, you have something called road templates. And these are model-based roads. So you have these models where you can actually change how the road looks like and have the correct road markings. And that's what we've been using ever since.
So
But
the
this-
road templates that we are currently using even now are introduced with Scandinavia DLC.
Yes, and this is still an old system road that's still procedurally generated.
I see. So this is the type of road that had the super fine setting, I remember.
Yes.
I see. What did that do? Like make it more smooth, like a high poly road thing? Similar?
Yeah, even more high poly. So the normal setting is that it has I think it has quads of size 15 meters. 15. If you set it to high poly, it has quad size of 5 meters for a tray, and if you set super fine, it's 1 meter size. So they are really tiny.
Wow.
Wow. So that's why some corners look so smooth on the super fine type of roads.
Yes,
I understand.
and it's not good for optimization.
Yeah, that's
Will,
a problem sometimes.
Will Noob Mods get any content updates, or will there be a similar mod coming for April Fools?
Well, maybe there will be new plots 1.69.420. Who knows?
Interesting version.
It's a very interesting version.
We're currently driving between Bergen and Geilo? I don't know.
I know.
Geilo, okay. In Norway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Question for me. Do you plan to, if I am planning to modify the roundabouts in Romania? I see that you used big roundabouts. Do you plan on making them like the real life counterpart, smaller? I don't really understand the question. Are you referring like to the small roundabouts in the cities, or to the big roundabouts used near highways, or like the ones used in Sibiu? If you can clarify that, I can continue with your question. It's interesting one.
It also depends on what assets are available.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes you don't have these assets for these small roundabouts.
There are, so for the people who don't know really the mapping, we have two types of roundabouts. Roundabouts that come in one piece and we can't change anything about them except the looks, but not the size or similar things. Or we have roundabouts that are those you find near highways, which have like smaller pieces, like 10-15 pieces of roads and smaller junctions, which are combined and they form a bigger roundabout. Those have limitations too, because they have a specific angle, you know, for the exits, and you have to make the roundabout bigger so that it doesn't look bad or the turns aren't too harsh. Another question posted was something about Warsaw. Let me see. Oh, are you planning to redevelop Warsaw and the surrounding area in Poland? I think no one from here works in Poland, right?
I don't think so.
Scan does.
No.
I think so.
Ah, yeah, Scan.
Scan
Yeah, I'm the only one.
But he's working in Poznan, and Poznan is already taking how many years?
And 5? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you plan to wait? Let me take the.
And there's still so many plans that we want to do in Poland, but we just don't have the manpower to do it.
Exactly.
That's
Yep, that's a problem sometimes.
that's a bit of the drama. So if we could have some dedicated developers for this, for let's say Poland, that would be nice. But,
Preface, we want to do a lot of things. It's just we don't have the manpower.
and that's why we say we don't do requests. We have so
Exactly.
many plans already, but we
We
just
have Google Maps for request.
Yes. Just the entirety of Google Maps.
And it's also not just manpower. The level became so much higher that we have to adhere to that. Like, where in the past it was able to build a city in a few weeks, it now takes a few months to get all the details in there to make it nice. And of
I
course
think
we.
even months is a bit optimistic, to be honest.
And nowadays it's years actually.
Yeah.
It depends on how far you go. Yeah, exactly. Because we like some of the people really go all the way into the details with all the lanes and like a tram system in the city, and we need custom prefabs here and custom I think bike paths and whatever, and we can get so far these days with details, which makes it really, really nice. But it will take a lot of time. While in the past, you can see how we built things in the past very quickly.
And there's also that, and we also built a bit more neat now, so that with the terrain tools we can actually readjust the terrain so that the terrain doesn't overlap, and we can just nicely close all the holes.
And we can create custom
manipulate the
mountains.
terrain much. We can manipulate the terrain much more now.
Yeah.
But it also costs more time.
What I noticed is that like before it was you were able to do like 2 hours in the evening after work, and you had some result you could actually see. But now it's sometimes you're spending 2 hours just tweaking all the signs and lights and power lines and whatever, and then you're done and you barely see a difference, only if you look really at the details. But on the overall picture it's hard to see the details, or I'll see all the effort you spend on it, and that makes it sometimes quite I wouldn't say demotivating, but it makes it a bit harder to keep up the motivation to just spend like 1 or 2 hours to get to the next step, because the next step is just so high these days.
But if you want to put a concrete number to it, while I was rebuilding Leon for SCS, I actually had to track how many hours I was actually working on, and eventually it came down to about over 200 hours for just Leon.
Wow.
Yeah, the bigger the city, the longer you spend on it, and it can tick up pretty quickly.
Especially if it gets a bit complex. Like in Canada, we know we have often these cities that are like relatively easy to build because they're all just simple T-junctions and cross junctions where you can just put some stop signs or some traffic lights and you're done. But then if you look, for instance, at Poznan, we built all these custom interchanges with a lot of details. I mean, Scan can probably better say how long it takes him to get all those details in a junction, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like days that he spends on all those details getting them ready, which is like, it makes it look so great, but the time we need to invest into that is so big. It's sometimes really hard to then get things finished as quickly as people would like to have them.
Or take all those border crossings to Greece.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
took so much work.
Weeks now.
Yeah.
The amount of people that worked on them.
Yep. The crossing
And
to
the
Me,
Yes.
you.
near
Yeah,
Bitola has already taken me 2 months, I believe. I started since
Yeah, same for
the
me.
release of the Balkan
And yeah, the
DLC.
problem also with those border crossings, because if someone is working on that means that sector is occupied, and you can't work with multiple people in one sector.
No.
Nope.
So there's no
That's
parallel
true.
working in that regard. So if you have something like a border crossing, which is a really complex thing, only one person can actually work on it. So you can't speed up with putting more people on it. It's like what they say. If you have a pregnant woman, you can't get a baby in 1 month by putting 9 women on it. No, you just get 9 babies in 9 months.
Yeah, what
Do you
Pim and
plan
I
One
to
analogy.
merge the ProMods Vienna with the SCS Australia build?
Robots Vienna, no. It's
Not really.
first of all, it's outdated and technically really dodgy. It's even optimizing was a hell. So in that regard, I'm actually glad that we got rid of it.
And the SCS Vienna is actually really good.
Pretty
I
good.
mean, I think we can better use that as a base and start improving it from there than trying to
Yeah.
improve the one that we had. Because, well, I'm not sure how the Schloss is called, but SCS
Yeah,
made that
that's,
area really nice.
Oh, you know, Schönebrunn.
Yeah, that part was done really well by them.
They made some quite some custom assets for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have like the perfect assets for it, and it's the same with, like, for instance, Nuremberg. Like, SCS went out and beyond to create like customized assets that just we cannot even get close to that kind of level. But we can take that as a base and then start improving on it, like adding more roads or creating the obvious connections that were left out, etc.
Yeah, we still had to make the one from Fürth to what was that city again? On the Autobahn 6?
The Voigt or the Ansbach?
Maybe it was one that went by a NATO military base.
Oh yeah, that was the road to Stein and then to Ansbach. But I don't think we ever put it as a city on the map, did we? It was just a truck stop.
What's the
Yeah.
city?
I don't remember.
But yeah, but we can still put in that connection because the part that
Yeah.
SCS is done on the Autobahn 6 is not that great. But we still have to upgrade a lot on that road then. We still need someone to actually do it. And that's the problem now. We don't have anyone to do it. Because everyone is busy with something else.
Okay. Another question. Oh, that's for me. About cities, example is in Podla, where you used big but in reality it's small roundabouts. Oh, okay, you're talking about the roundabouts in the city. The smaller roundabouts, such as the ones used in city, are standard size. They're all the same size, at least in the Balkanese DLC, like the Romania DLC basically. You can change them, and making one smaller would like make it impossible to make the turns with the truck. Another question.
Yeah, I put
go.
a small roundabout somewhere in Norway from the new Balkan DLC, and especially AI has a pretty hard time taking the roundabout, but it just about goes. It's possible, but especially if you drive yourself, steering wheel's a bit easier than keyboard. We can pretty much drive over them, but the AI does it a bit sketchy sometimes. But that's the problem you get with smaller roundabouts.
Basically, we're beating the machine at this thing with roundabouts.
Yeah, you get trucks or buses like cutting the corners, and not only the middle but also the sides, and it can get a bit sketchy.
Humans.
Yeah.
Do you also make an American Truck Simulator reskin, like California reskin, but for other states?
We are already strapped on manpower in Canada.
Yeah,
Don't
that's not
ask
gonna
us to
happen
move up
anytime
to
Not
spread
to
our...
Yeah, go ahead.
The ATS space map is also pretty good already.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
And also, SCS has proven with the California rebuild that they're not scared to go back and rebuild some of the map.
No, exactly.
And also, there's other map mods like Reformer and etc. that also already rebuild the map. So there's various reasons why there's not really much need for us to. We'd do much better to spend our time in Canada, where we're already working on big projects.
It also leaves the room for other maps to develop around that, so people can combine Canada much more easily than, for instance, you can combine ProMods, the Euro Truck version, with other maps.
Yeah.
Because we spread all over the map. And then, of course, the other side of the thing is then, well, in Europe you already notice each time. Well, the classic version, right? It's all map parts that got removed by changes from SCS. If we are that stretched already on Canada, it would be a shame that work would go away so quickly. So we just keep hoping that SCS doesn't go towards Canada and that we can just focus on expanding that more towards the east coast and to the north as well. And then it's more of a DLC probably, the ProMods Canada, while the ProMods for ETS2 is like a complete mod that just changes everything basically.
So I have also an interesting question here for Nico, and the question is, how long has the first version of ProMods been developed? So how long did it take?
We already had the question, and it was...
Yeah, we had the question, but I will answer it again, of course.
What? Then I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I mean,
Bricks,
not everybody
can you step
joined
up
at the
to
start.
the telepass for a bit? So that I can put the chat on the screen so I don't have to look on the phone and drive recklessly.
Yeah, I'll pull over up here.
Alright, then I will quickly answer the question again about how long it took for the first version. We started in December 2012 and released it in August of 2013, so that's about 9 months of development. But we were only with 2 people back then, don't forget that. And learning. Like the first version had a lot of bugs because we didn't know how the game worked back then. We still don't know, but we know a little bit better now.
Okay, so then there's also another question. Dang, I can't find anything.
Any plans to make the rest of the eastern side of Finland?
Ah, that's good.
The east of Finland.
Apparently.
SCS may be working on that with their new DLC, so I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's also a problem we have a lot of the time. SCS working in the same region as we are.
Q&A, when you generate the def file, you must specify some graphic settings which seem to be duplicates of the in-game configuration. Why and what can happen if ProMods and the game settings differ? He is referring to the drawing distance you set in the definition file.
That's actually not a duplicate of a game option. What it does is set the drawing distance of the grass in the game to a further distance than what is by default.
So basically ProMods definition file overrides the grass density thing, or the scale for how far it appears.
It's just draws how far the grass will appear on your screen.
I see. Can I download the latest ProMods per version, or is it better to wait?
Right now, it's better to download it because a new version will probably take quite a while.
We are doing a right turn here, okay? Briggs?
Are we? They're here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
this
taking
tunnel,
the
exit.
this tunnel looks so much better in Scandinavia DLC.
Oh, it's also present in the DLC?
Yes, it's
Yes.
the big tunnel in Oslo. But
And making this back then was such a pain because there was no real system in the game to make these custom tunnels and the custom junctions. This was also built like in at the end in June and July, and it took.
But it worked out pretty well.
I mean, like for back in the day, it was
Good time,
quite revolutionary. But if you look back at it, it's quite
Yeah,
crappy.
Yeah, of course.
back in the
But for the
day,
time, it's impressive.
back in the day, the only way you could build custom interchanges was with Apple D's prefab pack.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
And that was released, I think, in June or something. So, like the first 6 months that we were developing, they didn't even exist at all. And then when they came, it was quite unique. Nobody else provided something like that for these games. So that we were allowed to use it was quite a game changer.
But yeah, it's if you're looking back at it, it's still a bit dodgy. We still have paid to fix some of these prefabs that were just were plainly broken in later versions.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole system changed a few times when it came to prefabs, so that just made everything a lot harder. Not to mention, like for instance, the auto pass. Even though there's a sign saying auto pass, that whole system, of course, didn't exist back then.
No, it only existed since it's a Scandinavia DLC.
Yeah, exactly. So that
Yeah.
we had to do with the tools we had. But you saw the same like before with 18 Wheels of Steel. People tried to push the engine as well and the resources as well to make custom maps as good as possible, but there was no wiki from SCS with information. There were no big forums where there was a lot of information on it. I remember going on the most shady Russian forums where people shared some of the knowledge. That was about it. Sometimes you would find people on the internet that had the information you needed and were willing to teach it. Times were really, it was really different compared to now. But that made it also kind of fun because it was more of a pioneering time, I'd say. Nowadays, everybody can quite easily make a mod, find enough information, which is also nice, but it makes it less. Mods have become less special, I'd say. It's more a general thing. Everybody now uses mods because it's so accessible nowadays.
And it's also the thing that if people ask for some things, are there tutorials available for this
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing?
That
And
didn't
I'm like,
exist.
Like, it's modding.
Yeah.
Well, the tutorials are luxury. For this,
Exactly.
Usually you're trying something that people have never tried before.
I still remember that back in the day, there was of course no mod manager, so loading order was based on alphabetically sorting of the files, and the files had to be .scs files, which nowadays also is no longer a must, and they had to be packed in a certain way. So you often had these people who had these mod folders where you had like Z some mod and then ZZ some mod and then ZZZZ some mod, you know, and it's like
In the map editor, it still works this way.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the mod manager is not loaded when the map editor gets started.
Question,
But that's
oh, sorry.
yeah. Go ahead.
Question for Ted. Do you have plans for the future expansion of the Caucasus? I mean, such countries as Azerbaijan and Armenia.
Possibly, yes, I do. Because there's one thing here. Great step. We want to have some sort of road or ferry that reaches it, so it eliminates the thing that people need to do, like, oh, teleport to Great Step so they can play. So there is a somewhat formed plan to reach. Okay, people already know about the Georgia expansion, but Azerbaijan, we do have some work in progress there. So there is an idea to reach the east, so the east of Azerbaijan, so they'll have a ferry to somewhere in the Great Steppe. So that is a possibility, yes.
Alex Roshka asks, what is the correct load order for ProMods Classic?
It's in our blog post.
Are we making a right turn here?
I thought I'd get some
Bricks
fuel.
needed to stop for fuel.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I thought this
Is
was
there
like a
actually
fairly
fuel
interesting
here?
area. There is somewhere. It's sort of
On the
off
left.
the track
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a bit of an adventure regardless anyway.
Do you plan to include the Hungarian Peds M6 rebuild project in the official ProMods content, just like you are going to do with the Kazakhstan M5 for the Project Balkans?
We'll see how it goes, actually. We first need to make sure that the Balkans merge is completed. And then we can check later what we can actually add, modify. Still a lot to do.
Any news on the merge of the West Balkans DRC in ProMods?
It's progressing, slowly. But still, it's progressing.
Yeah, like I said, I've been working on a border for 2 months, but it's almost finished. So, like Mendel said, things are progressing, just takes a long time.
Someone said he read somewhere it will take 3 to 6 months to finish the merge. Is that true? And he asks, why does it take so long?
We've
already
given
explained
a
it because
lot of
it's,
explanations about why.
it's
But-
really complex area. You need to basically. It's not that you place a board station just plop and it's there. No, you have to
Exactly.
lay down every curb. You have to lay down set down every toll gate,
Exactly, every curb,
Every
every
road-
sign, every
little piece.
little building you can, every road
Even
marking.
the cracks on the road.
Yes, even the cracks,
Yeah.
even the imperfections of everything.
Exactly.
It's harder to make things imperfect than to make things perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
And since it's so complicated, we can just speculate, oh, it's gonna take X months to finish this. It's really hard to say. But we did make a lot of progress on the merge.
Mulțumesc, Cosmin, pentru orare. Thank you for the wishes. Okay, another question. Some other map has added pedestrians which cross at zebras. Why? Would you consider adding that in ProMods also?
We have seen it, and the way it works is really dodgy. It's not properly supported.
Does it work like a semaphore basically? Like it replaces
yeah,
pedestrians?
It
with
works like the old
semaphores?
level crossings, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wanted to
Yeah.
say, I believe it's
railway
like a level
crossings.
crossing, but movers.
crossings.
So it's like a level crossing, but the trains are the people. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a game of triggers and cutscenes.
Yep. I believe like
how came
it
the
detects a mover and then for the game the gates go down, but we don't see
Basically
those.
how we did, and I think it was set in Canada with the brake check.
No, that's for something else. That's the
Yeah,
the
that
checkpoint
works
thing.
differently, I think.
Oh, it does.
How came
Yeah.
the idea to bring the North Cape into the ProMods map?
North Cape.
I guess somebody had the idea of building the North Cape and they just did it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a landmark.
Yeah.
So it's a good goal to reach.
Go to the center of Bucharest. Okay, I have a proposal for you guys. If you will be like a lot of people after we finish the convoy, maybe you can ask on the chat what cities you want to see, and I can just teleport and show some pieces of it to you guys. But not too many, because you should also play the map, not only watch it on the stream. We will see after we finish the convoy if we have time for that too. Have you abandoned your own version of the Baltic region for good? Just curious, as you Baltics were much more realistic than the current SCS map.
Really though?
Well, apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
Personally, I think people who say that some of our old content is more realistic than SCS did, I think they're a bit
Why?
blinded by nostalgia. Because a lot of things that we did were, undetailed or.
I think it's not. It's more pointed to the way that things were designed, not to the ways that they technically look. I think that's probably where most of the nostalgia hits. Where SCS sometimes just picks the industrial estates outside the cities, and we build the city centers itself. That's probably where where those comments come from.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if we look at the Baltics DLC, there are quite a few cities where that do show city centers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Helsinki showed one, Tallinn, I think even Riga and Kaunas. It's and like Klaipėda.
He explained Helsinki, for example, looked much better in the promos.
No. Strong disagree.
Aesthetically, maybe not.
It is, you see buildings lining around the streets that may look like it's more prettier, but it's actually nonsense most of the time. Most of the time in these older cities, they don't really represent specific roads, while the SCS version actually does.
Do you still work with SCS?
Yes, or at least a few of us do. I think Nikolai is Racetoff is involved, I am involved, and Wojciech is involved. So I am more of a freelancer, and the other two are actually working full time.
And the other two don't do that much for. Racetoff doesn't do anything for ProMods anymore, and actually Wojciech sometimes, I think he still does the prefabs, right? But
Yes, custom prefabs.
that's about it. I mean, like, he already spends 40 hours a week in that editor. I can understand that he doesn't want to go home and spend even more time in it.
Doing a lot of sites.
Yeah. I think Mandelsot is probably the only one who does everything, still a bit. So ProMods, SCS, and then his normal work.
Any chance
Bit of
to
both
do
worlds.
Cornwall?
What?
Cornwall, I guess, a city from United Kingdom.
No, it's a region.
area of the UK. I've really messed up here.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Nice job, Rex.
Yeah, I mean, Cornwall is another place that you could expand to in the UK. There's loads of places you can go
Where
in
is
the
it
UK.
located? Like,
Southwest.
Sort of
You need to go
Plymouth,
past Plymouth.
Exeter area.
It's the place where the Leaning Tower of Citroen is crashed down. For people who understand that reference.
It's
I
the
don't
very,
see-
very southwest of the country, the little sticky out bit below Wales. Pretty
I
much.
see.
again, it's somewhere else I thought about making, like down to Penzance again. Is on the wish list, but it just takes so long. There's only so many things you can do. The UK is kind of blessed and cursed with the fact that it's in a 1 to 15 scale, so it's bigger than the rest of the map, which means you can fit more in. But then the curse of that is that you then naturally want to fit more in, and there just isn't time for it, unfortunately.
Is there a chance
yeah.
to combine our kill, the one from Peds, and the SCS one? I guess it will be hard, but the B-76 is nice made through the city by SCS.
No. The thing is that it's either one or the other, and we have chosen to use Buster skill. The thing is that the whole thing is laid out differently, and you are actually trying to combine two completely different cities that have so that yeah, how can I actually explain it? Ooh.
One
No,
request.
They are
not.
Go.
They're
They
not
are-
compatible with each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's like trying to push the square shape into the triangle hole
wait.
with the kid toy.
Microsoft.
Oh dear.
Mendelssohn
What
Really took
Hammond.
me out.
What happened?
A mini tapped me in the back.
Trying to sleep.
Don't cancel your sleep.
Okay, we have Schumacher here. Are you back, Mendel? Can you teleport like in front, next to Biggs or something? Or
I've already teleported
Yeah,
back.
catch
But I will catch up.
Okay,
You're the
doesn't
one
have
without a
to-
trailer.
Yeah, he's gonna catch up pretty quick.
he's fresh right now. One request
just woke up.
for you guys. Can you disable Kirkenes route for the Emma Stein company for a while so that traffic gets diverted from there to some other amazing routes? He is talking about the Truckers MP traffic jams that happen on the Kirkenes route in Russia.
I don't think we should touch that road. People want to spend time in the traffic jam, then they can, and if you don't want to, then you go drive somewhere else, right?
It's pretty much me. Like we built
So-
all this map. This really big, great map. So many kilometers to explore, and everyone's just stays in Kirkenes.
Yep. That's the
have-
place to be.
I have seen some screenshots from the Kazakhstan development, and there was a border crossing from Kazakhstan to Uzbekistan. So you have plans for other countries in the Middle East, don't you?
That will be the great step, and currently, like as explained in the topic, which contains the same pictures, is currently is just a small expansion inside a very remote area of Uzbekistan, because the main focus currently is the rework of old areas of the map, but it does open other possibilities, possibly. It really depends on time, manpower, etc. But the main focus in this step is the rework. The screenshots you've seen are from, most of them are from Bergen, which is a city in the far southern east part of Kazakhstan, Mangostal region.
Are you planning adding something new in Zechia? Czechia.
Check it.
At the moment, we don't have any concrete plans there, and I
Oops.
am.
I didn't see that car.
Oh,
Oh,
crashed.
Budget, that's what
Are you
happens when you
stuck?
look on the chat.
Budget.
Karma.
Yep. At
So-
least Mandel
so
can
kids-
catch up now.
no text to drive,
Oh, took an L.
and that is our message for
Oh.
the stream.
oh, there's. Oh,
Dim
the
is
AI
on
is
the lead.
stopping. The AI just stopped there.
You have a very strong
have
parking
noticed-
brake handle.
I have noticed that the AI traffic is just different in the Convoy mode. Is that? Did you guys notice
it's
The
that?
AI drives
probably because
worse
of
in
the
Convoy.
it's probably because of connection, etc.
No, but they just, for example, if you get too close to them, they will accelerate like instantly to go further from, or they just stop for no reason,
I think they're just scared of you, man.
or like that.
Personal problem. No, but the AI does. I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, it's
Also, if
just
you
Yes,
if you
from
touch them, if you just tap the cars, you just go like crazy in the railing and so on.
You guys do see that we are now in Göteborg?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fun fact: in this version, it was actually a copy of Lyon.
Okay.
So this was one of these copy-paste cities that I mentioned earlier.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
So, for instance, in the
Why
middle of the city, there's a big bridge, and the only thing that is really different is that this big building in the middle of Lyon, where we have this tunnel, that this is removed.
Question, on Steam there are two mods, high quality background map and the zoom crash fix. What do these mods do exactly, and why aren't they included in the ProMods directly, like on the website?
The crash zoom fix isn't needed if you're just using ProMods really. You only really need the crash zoom fix if you're using ProMods and other maps.
And maybe he's also
combined.
confused because in the definition file generator you have a box that you can tick, which is something like related to the map. Check this box if you are using other map combinations. And it's also related to zoom, I think.
Yeah, I
What's
think
the
that means
difference
that you
between
can
the two?
zoom out further.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
it's
Sure.
And the zoom
Yeah.
crash fix, it's in case you zoom too much, you don't get a crash anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. For Horizon, wait. I'm originally from Latvia, and many parts of ProMods version had more detail, or I would say more familiar places than I would to see in real life. Just his opinion.
He placed a comment. He said that he disagreed.
Okay.
Since the SCS, that was not really a question. It's just he said that SCS's version of that part is better in his opinion.
Something that I'm curious about for a long time. Do you choose what country you will be mapping, or do you just tell everyone to pick a part they want to rework? Or
No,
build?
it's not really how it works. Everyone
Everyone kind of chooses where they want to.
if it's an accessible area, of course. And it
Yes.
makes
So
sense.
basically, we have like some certain desired routes that would be like nice to have built, but if no one wants to build those routes, they are not built, then the developers just do what they would like to do.
The only thing that is actually a must is if we have a merge, somebody has to do it, and
Yeah.
someone has to pick it up. Like for
Yeah.
the Balkan merge.
DLC
Yeah.
merge are not
Iberia merge.
But we still
It's-
don't assign specific people.
No, it's
Yeah,
all part of
it's
the
not really-
philosophy. It's all part of the philosophy that, like, if you do something you want to do and you like to do, that works much better than being forced to do work.
Yeah.
Especially because everybody here works voluntarily for
Yeah.
ProMods. Like you don't join this team to earn money or to. Well, actually, I mean, you can join the ProMods team to get educated and then move to SCS and become a mapper there and start earning your money. I mean, that's a very valid career path that people can take if
Yeah.
they want to. But the idea is, of course, that you join this group for fun because you like to build stuff in this game, and it's more it's not just a community of people who play the map, it's also a community of people who build the map. People join, people leave. It's actually quite fun to see that like half of the people that are now in this call have probably only joined the team in the last few years, and the other half are people who have been in the team for like decades,
Yeah.
for ages. So,
Again, we don't have a
yeah.
like a pre-made task list that we need to follow. There is
Oh.
there are a few locations in our map that would challenge that, because I don't really think anyone would hand over the Greenland task or the Svalbard task, like
Yeah.
that. So just to show you that it's a freedom.
I also don't think we ever really had fights that people wanted to do the same area or something like that. It's even if we are with like 30 or 40 people working on the whole map, I don't think I ever really encountered fights when it comes to people wanting to do the same thing. We often have disagreements about how we should do certain things, but never really disagreements about who should do the things. And then of course the merging, that's always the hardest part, and that's probably maybe also why it can take sometimes a bit longer, because those are not always the most fun projects, and then you're just less motivated. I remember with the what is it, the East Balkan DLC, we had to add like 10 border crossings or something like that,
11 or maybe even 11.
or even 11. And I remember that like after the third one that I was doing, it just felt like more like a must than building something for fun. But well, now that it's all done, it was actually like it's a relief. But sometimes there's work that just has to be done, and it's the same like for Mandelsoft, me and Skull. We try to coordinate everything together. That often entails certain things that are, well, less fun, like merging sectors or trying to get the last crash out of there, or have some really nasty problem when it comes to incompatibility between two areas, how we can put them together. I remember Mandelsoft sometimes struggling with areas where there was like a height difference of 80 meters in like half a sector or something like that.
Yeah. The whole Balkan, the whole merge near, what was it again?
Yeah.
I think near Arad. Or was it, yeah, I think it was near one of these, near, was near Hungary, was it? Not Arad, was the other one, was Borsch. That border crossing, that had a height difference of 70 meters.
Yeah, I believe that the connecting the Baltics to Poland was also quite an issue.
Yeah.
I think there was also quite a height difference there. And sometimes the solution is to have to lower or make a whole sector, a whole area higher or lower, which are really tricky computations for the game to execute. You have to select a lot of area and then try to move it and hope that it doesn't crash. Those kinds of things are always...
Oh yeah, because those things are really crash prone.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a guy who says he would like to see more new content in Russia. Since
In
we
Russia?
didn't get Heart of Russia DLC.
Yeah, I don't think we will do much work in Russia now.
The problem with
The
Heart
most
of-
likely candidate would be Earthshot rebuild and bridge stuff. That's it for now.
I mean, I have some plans there, but before those will be complete, it's gonna be a long way away.
Yeah, the problem with is that the Russian DLC, it just keeps on blooming over
Yeah.
the entire area, and there is still a chance that it gets released, because it should be technically ready, but it's just the market that it's now been poisoned.
I mean, it's not just for SCS a political minefield, it's also for us a political challenge. I wouldn't say we completely stray away, but there's a reason why SCS, of course, stopped the DLC, which in part is also a reason for us not to spend too much time on it.
Yeah, and the other reason, what you could say, even if you would assume that there's no DLC coming for it, there's also still Rust map.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And if we are going to develop there a bit more, I'm not sure if that's good for the relationship between the two map mods.
Question for me, why do I don't use the adaptive cruise control while driving? I'm not sure it works with other players, and also we don't have a really constant speed to like keep the cruise control on. Another question, actually, demand. Please do better Poland.
Please do better.
Yep.
How specific?
Pick a
What-
number.
What? How specific? What?
Specifically,
Good-
The
preferably
entire
now,
country.
in
I
the next
understand.
version we should have Poland, better Poland.
Yes,
Uh,
coming version
thanks.
will be the entirety of Poland rebuilt.
Hello, Thomas.
There's a sign with better Poland.
As explained here many times, no.
No,
Bricks
that's the
at the
conclusion.
next bigger gas station, like you know those big highway gas stations. I think we should take a stop for like 5 minutes.
Good idea.
Is that okay for everyone? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, of course.
When is the
Um,
next exit though? I
yeah.
think it's Copenhagen.
One question from
yeah.
earlier. Is there an expansion planned for Netherlands?
Yeah, Amsterdam. That's what I'm currently working on. But when that's gonna be finished, it's gonna take a while because my free time is limited. Like,
So then the
like
rework-
what was discussed earlier, cities take a lot of time.
And then
I can-
there's also the
Well,
risk that SCS may also go to rework that area.
Yeah,
I mean,
if that happens, that's gonna screw with my plans as well.
they
Not necessarily.
looks like Switzerland isn't that far away from release.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Which will be another merge we have to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
probably
Yep.
my job.
I think this is an example of we have Braila Bridge at home because it has also a telepass before it. You know, Mendel, the one you did before
What?
integrating Romania, the Braila Bridge. How
Mm.
cool that was.
Yeah, this was
There's an AI car not moving. Sorry.
this is this bridge.
Yes.
This is the Öresund bridge, but pretty crappily made with some assets from I think Google SketchUp. Also,
No way.
don't take any mods from Google SketchUp. They are pretty are pretty dodgy.
189 euros for this toll.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's
Cars
not
are
how
a
we
bit
do it in
cheaper,
South
but-
America.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
bridge is quite expensive in real life as well.
Yeah, but not
White.
not as expensive for
Yeah.
cars. So.
No, but it's still like 60,
I
50
think-
euros.
yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's 60 euros or something.
Yeah, quite expensive.
Well, you do get to cross to Denmark or Sweden.
Look how low res these textures are with the one of the pillars.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Even the dynamic sign.
Yep.
How do you build?
It had to start somewhere.
How do you build some border crossings which are not on the Google Maps Street View? For example, the
Satellite.
border between Ukraine and Belarus.
Oh, mostly satellite view.
Extensive research.
And yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's
Like,
Mostly
photos,
uses satellite
YouTube
view
videos.
or imagery, just like
Yeah.
photos that. random
Yeah, I
people
think
take in there.
I think half of the team is on a CIA watch list because we keep
Most
we keep
I even-
googling for pictures of borders and trying.
I, uh,
Exactly.
In my case with Uzbekistan, I even consider like emailing the mayor's office for some town in a very remote like district to ask for pictures of certain areas. Yeah, it's sometimes you spend weeks just researching. That was my case with the border in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. It's complicated.
I imagine having to work on Germany without any street view back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We also have mapillary.
Yeah.
That not always helps.
No, it doesn't always help, but some
What
some
does help
places.
with me in the case of Great Step is Yandex.
Yep.
Yandex does have a free builder.
Yeah. There are many sources, and you just need to
Yeah.
know which one to use. Is actually
Exactly.
useful in your situation.
You mentioned earlier that you now have tools that you did not have in the past. SCS also mentioned that in one of their streams. Can you give an overview? What can you do now that you could not do back then? What
Blender
tools?
tools.
Clever.
Blender
Man,
tools.
do you have an hour? Do you have an hour?
Yeah, the Blender tools. The Blender tools are the biggest change because when SCS released the Blender tools, we could actually modify things like prefabs in Blender. And before we couldn't do that. Before it was the plugin that was there before was really dodgy and it was also really limited. And before you would need Z modeler to change prefabs, and the Z modeler is not that insightful, and even some of the prefabs we made back then are quite buggy.
But even if you look at like the editors, some of the basic tools we have now, like being able to copy vegetation from like one part of the road to the next part of the road, that kind of features didn't exist. I mean, you could default, like there were all kinds of workarounds, like default things and then change the road again.
You couldn't brush prefabs.
Yeah, brushing prefabs. I mean, actually, I think like the no detail vegetation brush and that kind of stuff didn't exist back then as well.
No,
like,
and
Oh yeah, you had to use vegetation spears as well.
there was no tooling when it comes to AI spawning or checking speed limits. Actually, road signs did not have any impact on the speed limits. Speed limits were set per node in the road, and it always worked on the highway. It worked for two ways. So if you had a piece of highway and you wanted to have a lower speed limit, it had to be on both directions. That kind of stuff. I mean, it's crazy how rudimentary it was back then.
It's also we also couldn't make proper custom sites, so it was still with just you had a site model, you had a few open let's say slots for names and road numbers, and that's it.
Yup.
And that was that changed with Scandinavia, so where we get sign editor. That revolutionized a lot of how we make those kinds of things.
Another thing that was
here?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
another thing that changed, which is a big change, is that before everything had the same node. You had like red nodes and green nodes, and they were either square, round, or triangle, and that's it. So seeing the difference between roads, models, and buildings was really hard. And now you have like 10 different colors for all kinds of different things, different shapes. It's so much more verbose now to see how everything looks. They seem minor changes, but they like improve productivity by so much. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, and of course we can now edit the terrain very.
Yeah, or editing the terrain. That was a big change as well. I mean, it started with the Bezier patches, and then we had
People,
vertex
we will
manipulation.
take
etc.
a 5-minute break in this gas station, and we will be right back with you. So just 5-6 minutes, something like that, so that we can, take a deep breath and so on, and we will be right back, guys. Till then, please write any questions you still have for the Q&A on the chat, and we will reply to them after or during the break if anyone wants to stay here. Okay, so I'll be right back.
Okay. So let's. What were all the tools we actually do have that we didn't have before? Let me think.
I mean, the vertex tool has completely revolutionized the way that the
that's
whole
what I
map is
said
put
with
together,
the
pretty much.
terrain editing.
Vertex
Yeah, it was-
manipulation.
But
It was
also, there's
Bezier
also a lot-
patches.
Yeah. But there are
revolutionized it first, and then the vertex tool came along and revolutionized it again.
But there's also a lot of assets from SCS that did a whole lot of stuff for us. I think even with the newer specs of prefabs, we don't really need to use the FLD prefab set anymore. We have better prefabs nowadays compared to previous years.
There's loads more optimization things as well. The visibility areas.
Oh,
They
yes,
open up huge doors.
Yeah, the visibility areas are pretty much overpowered. SCS is using them in, for instance, Austria and in the Western Balkans DLC. What the visibility areas allow you to do is to show or hide part of the scenery from within that area that's in the visibility area. So it allows for a lot of scene compression. That's how you can get these vast mountain scenes in Austria. Well, a lot of these scenes are actually overlapping, but you don't. But you just hide the ones that you don't need to use. It's very powerful.
Yeah, and cut planes, they've become much more powerful as well. Obviously, combining those with visibility areas now, you can pretty much overlap whatever you want, as long as the roads don't overlap themselves, because that would look a bit weird on the map. But you could basically have two maps in the exact same place.
Yeah, he wants to demonstrate it, I think was maybe an April Fool's joke, by building something ATS, and you had the TARDIS built in there that was bigger on the inside.
Yes.
Yeah, being able to rotate the line of the cut plane is like a huge game changer when it comes to optimization.
Oh, one really tiny thing that was also revolutionary. The ability to rotate nodes as you would like instead of automatically.
Yeah. Yep. Node manipulation changed so much.
Yeah, that was free node rotation. That was.
Yep. Like
It's a really
building straight roads in the first version was pretty much impossible.
So there was one tiny thing that does a lot of
I mean, the gizmo also didn't exist back then.
No.
So manipulating the world in the free camera was, I'm not even sure if it was possible, but it was close to impossible. But now you can just click on things, have the gizmo, you can manipulate everything. While before, most of the editing you did basically from the world camera, like from the 2D camera, the top-down camera. That was really hard to work with that way. So you had to change into height manipulation and then be able to change the height of something, and then you had to change back into moved manipulation so you could move it around. And now you just select the node, and with the gizmo you can do everything. You can rotate it, you can adjust the height, the location. It's
the scale now as well.
Yep, I mean, like SCS of course needed those improvements as well for them to be more efficient when developing, but also for us modders that of course helped a lot.
And now, of course, in 1.49, we kind of have the SCS's new custom depot feature.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be a lot of fun because all of my companies are already custom. In the past, we would have to get someone to make a dedicated prefab for that, but now I can just add it however I want.
And maybe with that thing, Wojciech will be out of a job.
Yes, he'll be relegated to just doing prefabs with AI. All we need is for trajectories to be able to have navigation on them, and crossover, and then Wojciech is just completely out of a job.
And that's cool, custom traffic lights as well.
Yes. That's all we need, and then we can get rid of Wojciech. We don't need him anymore.
I think I remember once I actually was bad to take the challenge to build that giant junction at Exeter.
Oh yeah.
Well, that one's been surpassed by the new one in that Stefan's built now, hasn't it?
The one in Bucharest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that thing is
taken
crazy.
the crown for most complicated junction.
That thing
We're
is
gonna have
crazy.
something like that in Paris. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Anyone here that's still in the break, or are we all good to start?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was about to say that I'm heading off. I need to do some
Okay.
other stuff in the real life, but it was really nice that that I was able to join and that we could answer some of your questions. So thank you all.
So,
No, thank you guys for organizing this all again.
No problem.
And to the people who are in the stream, thank you for joining and supporting us over all these years. It's been an amazing ride, and let's keep on 10 more years of ProMods. Let's see if that. Yeah, let's see if we can get another 10 years added to it. That would be crazy if 20 years of my life was spent on this project. But I'm looking forward to it regardless, whatever adventure is coming our way. So have a nice evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. I think in the case of Ted, it's morning.
Yeah, no, it's like midday.
Oh, it's midday already.
Yeah, it's.
And well, for us in Europe, it's already evening, and I guess some of the people will, like Skull, already slowly start waking up in the new day. So, anyways, thank you all, and see you next time.
See you.
Goodbye, Nico.
From my side, the rest will stay, of course.
Goodbye.
All right, see you guys.
It sounded like it was ending this room, but that's
Yeah,
not
no, for real.
Don't worry.
It's ending for me. It's ending
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
ending for him, not for you guys.
All right, see ya.
See you.
Okay, Brix, so you continue with the lead, right?
Yeah, we're off.
Alright.
Okay, let's go,
Go.
guys.
Oh yeah, same. Go ahead.
I saw one comment earlier about. See if I can find it again. Someone mentioned what made us choose ETS2 to start mapping on. I don't know what it is for you guys, but for me, it's just the map editor is probably the best that I've tried. Like, trying like other map editors and open world simulators, like Train Simulator, for example. No idea how that worked. Couldn't get my head around it. Something about the ETS2 map editor just clicked. And of course, it's you can kind of get your head around it fairly easily, but also with it being the same software that the game developers use, it's also not limiting. Stuff like the Train Sim Classic route editor, I think, is obviously different to the software that the developers use, and it's much more basic. So that's why I've ended up mapping for ETS2, I suppose, and ATS. I don't know what it was like for you guys.
It
Only,
was same for me,
like
but I haven't
editing.
been mapping for quite some time. But for as long as you have, well, probably it's only been what, 3 years for me.
I started mapping in 2018 for the first time. I was just curious about how do these people just make maps. I was watching a Romanian YouTuber, Alexandru, who was doing his Romanian map. You guys probably know it already.
I know.
And I was just fascinated about that. Every Thursday when I was going to the basketball group, I was just looking on his streams. Sometimes I would even go to the basketball group later just to watch more of what he's doing there, you know? And I was so fascinated that I just tried it myself on a computer with 4 gigs of RAM and an AMD Athlon CPU, you know? That it was very hard to do it. Like, I just dropped it because the computer was that bad, and then retried it in 2019 after the release of the Road to the Black Sea DLC, you know, just to add more new roads to Constanța, for example.
I think for me, I believe I started somewhere, I think now 3 years ago, and I don't know really how it developed. The only other experience I had was, believe it or not, Roblox Studio, which is something different. I kind of got the hand of that, but never really made anything. But I don't know, I guess I was just missing some parts in Norway and decided, like, well, okay. It started with some standalone maps of, well, Netherlands, parts where I live, but then I decided to actually make something which other people could use with ProMods, because I wanted to use ProMods, I said, which makes it a lot easier. So I made a ProMods add-on, and that turned into me becoming a ProMods developer.
Basically the same with me.
Yeah.
I can't really remember why exactly I started, because it's already so long ago.
Yeah, too long ago.
When I started, it was with a PC. It was running Windows Vista and had the GT620 GPU, so that was
Good
still
God.
a pretty bad one. I mean, I
Mine
had
was-
to turn off detailed vegetation on that PC because it was otherwise it was otherwise just taking too much performance.
I was
Yeah,
lucky. I had a pretty beefy computer already.
I
Yeah,
did.
I
I had
understand
a pretty
we have,
bad
um,
PC when I started out as well. I had to like choose between detailed vegetation or shadows, basically. It's that bad.
Apparently, some people are hearing that some places in the United Kingdom are being revisited. Did you guys say that? Because I don't remember.
In the UK, not massively. What I did remember, I missed out earlier, there's probably fairly soon we'll be having some new additions around Ireland, particularly down south, sort of in the Waterford area. And I think we've also got some stuff in Northern Ireland that we can finish up and put out.
But yeah, that's still a bit away. But
Yeah.
there's not that many concrete plans in the UK yet. I mean, there are some
No.
fake plans, but no concrete plans. So
Some fake plans.
Outside of Ireland, I'd like to get my Wales project finished, but that's already been probably at least
A
2
lot of
years by
daydreaming.
now. So
Okay,
who knows how long that will be before that gets finished.
There's a new question. Would DirectX 12 be easier for us to work with, at least in
We-
terms of game optimization?
we have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
we only know when it comes out, and before it comes out, we have no idea.
Nope.
There's no way to know.
And two questions which are the same, so I will mix them. How can you become a ProMods developer?
Ah, yes, the question.
How can you
First, by
become
not asking the question.
First, you would probably need to learn how the map editor or something works, or if other user skills like modeling for ETS2 could also work. But you would first need to learn how you can actually build something. So before we are not going to teach you how it works. We can help you if you have some questions, like if you can to put it in the community chat. But we are not going to hold hands. That's not how it works.
You need to have a base knowledge.
So first, you also need to show your work then, because otherwise we don't even know what you are actually capable of and what you can do. And so do need to show it, and if your work is actually good, then we may notice it, and then we could put you in a recruitment program. That doesn't mean you get immediately hired into the team, but because if you're recruited, we will just assess how good your work is, where you want to improve, how well you fit in our team, all that sort of stuff. And that can take a while. But
I think it
It's a
took
lengthy
me
process.
like 4 or 5 months of being a recruit until I got until I was a developer.
yeah, but
So
so
it still
the
takes
first
some time.
but first tip is just start building some shit.
Yeah, get your hands dirty. Just try the editor.
How many people do you currently have working on ProMods? So developers, we are 41, but
Not all of them.
actively working, Mandel?
I'm not sure. I think a lot of these people that are in the team are not really that active.
Maybe 15 or so.
Yeah, something
Not many.
between 10 and 15, I'd say, like working
something like
actively, like every few days, let's say.
Yeah, I think that is a realistic amount. I mean, it's not that many people actually. We have a lot more in the team, but not everyone is working
And
constantly.
it's not only developers.
Exactly.
Why?
Moderators, admins.
No, I was looking at the developer group only, 41.
Yeah, I know, but
Why
20,
SCS does not allow Scania RGL Series 40? Okay, that's not a question for us to have no relation to this.
yeah.
How come the ProMods is so cheap for what it is? It should cost more because of the time that goes into it. He's
I think
a
referring
lot
to
of
costs
the
people
anything, though.
$1.5
don't agree with you.
dollar price.
ProMods itself doesn't cost anything.
Yeah,
Nope.
or either
It's
free
just,
or download for
Faster
fast download.
download bandwidth. That's the common misconception that people have with the
If you
premium
think
download.
about his question, he kind of has a point, considering ProMods, the current ProMods is like, I don't know, 3 DLCs or 4 DLCs size.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if we already get the place, if we just when we just raise the price of the feed out by just like 50 cents or something,
We get complaints.
and some of our competitions do accuse us of being greedy. Well,
Mandel,
actually-
we're doing a right turn.
oh,
But not the... Wait, there are 2 right turns. The one on the left.
You're on the left lane.
Left one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
left one.
Oh wait.
Okay.
2 left
But,
lanes. There's a
Yeah, sorry, but
third one for the exit.
but right now, for the economic side of things, just having the sheer volume of downloads or paid downloads, even if it's not, even if it's maybe just €1, it kind of adds up, at least enough for us to break even. So that we can get the server of the 43 downloads running, or the site itself, and some of our tools that we are using. We're not really in the business to make profit. We just want to have fun with it. So we don't really need to charge more.
Someone's just asked in the chat how old do you have to be to join ProMods. I think Real Deal was 13 or 12 when he joined.
I was 14.
Basically, you have to be as old as you need to be to
be in
allow
Discord.
for Discord, being a Discord.
Yeah, which is 13, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
In the end, it's just if you are a serious person or not.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
if you are mature
There can
enough.
be
Or a
25
question
years
of
old people
attitude.
trying
Yeah,
to join and be
skills and
unserious.
skills and character are much more of a determining factor than age.
Yeah. I mean, we
Guys,
have a
anyone
whole range
recognizes
of
this
age in the
bridge?
server.
Yes,
Uh,
I do.
Maybe
Yep.
from the thumbnail
Oh,
and
who's-
the
who's-
ProMods
Go,
Classic
go, go.
Careful, I'm
banner.
you.
Yeah, it's also drivable again in the new version of Hamburg.
Yes,
by
finally.
SCS.
Yeah, the Germany rework.
Yeah. So for a while, this was the drivable in the.
we use.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Quadbrand Bridge in Hamburg. They are actually going to demolish it in real life.
They are?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
being gold.
Otherwise-
Or...
And the main reason I think is because it would allow taller ships to pass under it.
Even
Yeah.
taller ships?
Even taller ships.
Damn.
Whoa.
Such a shame though. Such an iconic bridge for him.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Exactly.
Break.
There's a funny question. Does SCS pay you guys sufficient amount of money for the work you do for the game?
What?
SCS doesn't pay us shit. We are
Uh,
hobbyists. Well, SCS does pay me for the work I do for SCS, but not for ProMods. That's a
So
different thing.
basically, guys, as a clarification, ProMods does not receive any revenue from the SCS
Nope.
company, neither their sales or whatever else.
Also
The
not
only-
from ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. We don't,
We don't
get
make money.
paid anything from SCS doing what we do here,
we do have a revenue from the premium download, but
which mostly
developers
goes
and
to
team members
the
don't get paid.
servers.
That's easier to understand.
What parts of
But-
the map are you most proud of, each of you? So, bro, he cooked this question. We all have to respond to this.
Okay.
What
I
parts
mean,
of the
I don't
map
have
are you the
anything
most
left
proud of?
in the map yet.
Can I do it?
ProMods, vanilla.
Yeah, before we respond, we have to ask you if it's vanilla, ProMods, or just content that we personally
And if
built.
it's all the ProMods, projects.
I think answering for content that we've personally built would be a fun one.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
we're
so-
going for stuff that we've personally built, I'd say I'm either torn between Hors in the UK or somewhere in Canada. Oh, probably Horseshoe Bay in Canada, actually. It's probably my personal preference, just because of the maze it is. That would be mine, if it's the
Said,
stuff that we've
yeah,
personally
maps
built.
that we personally built.
Can I do? Can I?
Yes, every one of you, he said.
I would say Kazakhstan.
That would be my answer as well.
Oh, it is greatest country in the world, and that's why it's great, and that's why I chose it as my favorite.
Is there any way to disable the sleeping thing? Yeah,
Fatigue
let's
sleep-
Yes.
Briggs, can
Yeah,
you
the
stop for like
settings.
a minute, please?
I have to repair along with Vlad because I had an incident.
Something
let's call
happened
it,
there.
Yeah, we
It
have
was a
an
silent
incident.
accident because nobody. Heard of it.
I might have crashed on a roundabout in Germany, but
Oh, in Germany. So it was recent.
yes. Well, we don't talk about that.
Okay.
But, yeah. Map areas that we are personally proud of. I can actually have an answer for both things that I did for SCS and things that I did for ProMods. So if we start from ProMods, I think one of the areas that I'm still most proud of is Chisinau in Moldova. It's usually not really appreciated that much because that area is overridden if you play with RoX, and it then completely overrides the entirety of Moldova. but Moldova is one of the prettiest countries in ProMods actually. And I built Chisinau quite this is real life. As for what I did in SCS, I am actually in doubt if I actually have a few highlights. One of it is the little town that's not on the map, but it's a bit south of Rome, and that's Artena, where if you drive towards it, you see this big, old city planted towards a hillside, and it's actually is on the cover of one of the cover pics for the Italy DLC. Let's see, in Germany, I also did a lot of rebuild in Germany, and yeah, what part was actually the best part over there that I built? That's still on the map. Here's the. I think I redid Hamburg. Yeah, there was the old version of Hamburg for the rebuilt. It's
Trix,
now.
I think you can.
But it's now gone. But I also did that whole section. The section that was really nice, of the Autobahn 7.
1 second, please. I enabled that cruise control thing, and it is just beeping. Have to disable it. Okay, let's continue, please. Sorry.
So, and the last thing that I would like to highlight from the things that I did for SCS is Lyon, just Lyon. That is still quite up to the modern standards, and that's why I like it. I still like it that I still kept part of the old version of Lyon in there and nicely integrated into the new design. So the whole part that you go right to the city center with the M6 and M7.
Alex Roshka says, thought I say that Arias has done a great job with Ukraine, Romania and Moldova plus Turkey.
What? Can you repeat that?
Yeah, are you being serious or are you just... yeah. He said that Arias did a great job with Ukraine, Romania and Moldova plus Turkey.
They are hard to agree on that.
Nice
Interesting
joke.
statement.
Nice joke.
I mean,
CEO of comedy.
if you look at the cities in this map, can you actually pinpoint one road in each city that is representing a road in real life? I'll wait.
That's a nice way. Probably Prahova Valley I did 3 years ago.
Yeah, just even if you just compare the two versions of, for example, Balti or Chisinau. The difference will become quite apparent quite quickly, and if you put Google Maps side by side by it, you can actually not pinpoint any of the roads inside cities that Arias made. While for us, you can actually say, oh, this is this road here.
His map makes me think that some of the roads he built are not actually made based on satellite, neither street view images, but rather what he remembers by driving there. Since he is a truck driver.
In Balti, there's a really big bridge in real life. It ain't in RoX. While in real life, there's no such bridge in the city. Moldova doesn't have the money for it.
Great work, ProMods Classic, I love it. Very nice. Why
Stefan.
doesn't SCS pay us?
That was already
Very simple.
I mean,
We are technically not working for them. This is all hobby work.
Stefan.
Yes.
Can I go back to the question about favorite areas?
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to, because Horizon did say, but I wanted to give a detailed explanation as to why. I imagine for him as well. Kazakhstan in our reworked version of the Great Steppe is honestly becoming more and more my favorite area that I have worked on. It's mainly because it's not Europe per se, so it's a technically unique area. It's far away from known things. This, for example, German autobahns. It's just something about that grows inside me.
It's the vibe.
Really cool. Yeah, it's the vibe, and also we've spent a insane amount of time mapping and most importantly with 3D modeling, which in upcoming versions will probably show like all the assets, custom assets that we worked on. It really shows the quest or authenticity that we were looking for. It's I don't know, Kazakhstan for me just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah, we've got the blessing from the original author as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's really cool, honestly. And I guess I can say the same for Horizon.
I think my
Yes.
work I'd be most proud of is
There you
probably
go,
the
confirmation.
E6 merge. I don't have anything in ProMods yet, but from the things I will be releasing, it's probably the E6, especially since I've been there myself.
Oh, there's been a whoopsie here. What happened?
Yes, and I had a whoopsie myself.
You can find
There were
it.
some
It's
cones out of nowhere.
AI crashed on me and I get fined. That's just great. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
Yeah,
Stefan
in
almost
this
crashed.
game it does.
That's basically like getting a penalty in the F1 games, or is it for just crashing into you?
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And now I have to pay 400 euros because someone crashed on my truck. Justice.
Probably
There's a
because you
question.
had
Can you
enough
guys
money
extend Kirkenes route from Stein Company to any other city? From
No.
there, only people will like it.
I mean,
So
it's not
he asks
really,
about
I mean-
extending Kirkenes more than just the quarry at the end.
No.
not really.
I
Well,
guess
if that's even gonna happen, it's gonna be after the Nordic DLC, right?
yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
going back to multiple answers, we always can do something.
Yeah, it's
just,
possible,
yeah.
but it's probably not gonna happen
it's the
anytime
problem
soon.
about, again, people wanting to work on that area, manpower, etc.
One of us actually needs to decide to do it
Yeah.
if they want to.
Yep. And I've been looking to develop Kirkenes and its quarry road with my
A rework
rework
of
of the
area.
border there. But
after
I have
DLC.
some plans, but I'm not gonna say anything about the Kirkenes road itself, since it's pretty controversial between the community, I think.
Mm,
And
just
I
keep it
still
to
have to
yourself
decide
then.
myself. I lay down a few options, but I still have to decide something.
For now, you'll keep it to yourself.
Yes,
Okay.
but it's on my watch list. Let's put it that
Your
way.
watch list.
Yeah, whatever. whatever
That
it's
sounds
called.
serious.
My no, you know,
Which area are you
wish
most
list.
interested?
Yes,
Yeah.
wish list.
Sorry?
Which area are you most interested in ProMods Classic?
Interesting.
Interesting question.
For me, it's
I think that's more for,
obviously Bucharest.
I
What?
wonder why.
Well, for me, it's gonna be seeing the old Rotterdam again. After I
I
rebuilt that.
I guess I
Old-
liked the Iberia. Our old Iberia.
Oh yeah.
But-
Yeah, that was nice too.
Old Scandinavia because it's so bad.
For me,
Yeah, honestly.
for me to review my old world.
Oh yeah.
Is there a map of what ProMods Classic looks like?
There's the
Press
map in the
M.
game.
Yeah.
Press
but I
M.
think they
I
mean
think he's
they mean
referring
like
to-
Yeah,
Like,
like
a
the
s-
ones we have for each
like a
version.
full
but-
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not yet.
not
Maybe
really.
maybe it's an idea to make that one.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe
That
we
crashed.
could show it
The Saruti map.
next time we take a break
Oh my god.
on stream.
I got fined again for AI.
Yeah, I saw you.
Being
standing
the AI.
still.
Where even are you?
Like a
I
few
was right
kilometers
behind
back.
you until this truck said otherwise.
You also see some blast of the past in some regards, because here we have still the Autobahn one with 2x2 lanes, while it's invited in real life. Or
Yeah.
back in Norway, where all the toll gates are actually gone in real life, they're just replaced by electronic tolls.
Yep.
And even this map is also full of old SCS map content. So we still see some unedited parts of Germany or the UK. And you also have the old version of France and Italy from before their respective reskins. Although their reskins are much less sophisticated than the ones that we had later.
Another question which has been asked multiple times. How do you decide what and where to map next? So basically we just let every developer decide what area they're gonna develop next. We just have some ideal areas that we could build, but they're not mandatory for anyone to choose.
Nice brake check, Stefan.
Yeah,
Might have crashed into Pim, but
yeah, I might have.
I got
Blame
no
the truck in
damage
front
from
of me. Blame the AI. It's their fault.
Hashtag blame the AI.
I think this is also Lotte Osterbrück is the first custom interchange I did for Germany.
This one?
When I wanted to for the so-called Autobahn rebuild project that we started in 1.9. So before the whole Germany reskin from SCS. Oh,
Almost in the Netherlands.
Yep.
yeah, this.
But Mando,
Yeah.
how did you come to the idea of bringing the classic back?
So for bringing ProMods Classic back,
Yeah, how did you
The
get the
idea
idea?
was classic.
I think it was more like Scan's idea.
Yeah.
Okay, Scan, how did you get the
It was
idea?
like a bit like just a crazy idea. Like, what if we actually could take all this old content that we have and see if just the old map and just see if we can actually upgrade to a modern patch.
Oh.
Bremerhaven, I don't have any idea how to read that, is missing in PM Classic. Can it be added back also? Bremerhaven, I don't know how to read it, sorry.
Bremerhaven.
We do have it in
It's in a normal promos, right?
that's in normal promos, yes.
I think they want that to be added to ProMods Classic, not as in, oh, you guys forgot to add stuff that wasn't ProMods Classic.
SCS hasn't rebuilt Bremen yet, so I hope they will add it in there.
The dinosaur island is so good that we literally get stuck at that cave.
What?
Dinosaur
Not the
Island?
Easter egg.
Oh.
It was all right.
The
Ah,
yeah.
dinosaur island?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, no.
That's
If you
Bergen Easter egg.
if you go down at Svalbard and go a bit too deep, so deep you can go into so deep that you break reality.
Have you considered teaming up with SCS Soft maybe in the near future?
One, we kind of already do. Not maybe not in the way we think we do, but we still have some connections over there. And second,
I think he refers
for a more further integration,
yeah.
you quickly run into legal issues and technical issues.
Such as the brands that we use, for example, or?
Yeah, brands that we use, but also some people in the team are underage, and yeah, then you aren't you aren't allowed to work. Because you still need to be at school and just finish your education, and it's a whole legal mess in that regard. And of course, a lot of us live far away, and working remotely is only done in high exception. So, for instance, I can still work remotely because, one, they know me. They know my work and how I work, and that I mainly work on stuff that doesn't really have any time pressure behind it.
He continued with, so you say that the SCS is not open to new people?
They are still open, yes, but the thing is that what you may be suggesting is not actually how it legally works.
Okay. Do you think, don't you think, guys, SCS should work on drivers' hands on steering wheels? I remember there was a mod doing that in 1.30.
Yeah.
I think that's a gimmick that's fun for only 2 minutes. Considering the amount of work it actually takes, I don't think it's worth it.
No. I mean,
There
you
are several things that people suggested that SCS should do in the community, where I'm like, have you ever think about it? How much fun it really would be? How long you can
It's
actually
like
get
opening windows used to be a big
or
thing.
just run
Everyone
around,
would.
or walk
everyone-
around the truck. I'm like, yeah, you're now outside the truck.
Yeah.
Now what?
Everyone used to go on about how they wanted SCS to add opening windows, and then they did. Now no one mentions it anymore. I don't think. I mean, I don't think I've ever used it ever.
No.
I never opened the windows,
No.
and it's
That used
loud.
to be a
So
big thing as well.
Yeah, the wind noise gets old really quick.
So it'd probably just be another
For simulation
feature like that.
purposes.
Lex, what you're not understanding about our replies is that SCS is indeed looking for new people, is indeed looking to hire new people, but they are looking to hire especially local people and also people that are legally able to work.
Yeah, for
ProMods,
example,
as an
if
entire
we-
team, you ask us as an entire team, we can't go there and team with SCS as an entire team because some of us are not above 18 years old and also are not Czech citizens, and not only that, but each of us would require a company, personal company, to be connected with them to get paid for what we do. SCS is looking for new content, is looking for new people, but not for entire teams.
It's yeah, it gets complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, I have worked for SCS full time for 2.5 years, but that meant that I basically had to move to Prague. And you don't really just move to Prague.
yeah, imagine if the entire team would have to move to Prague to work for SCS.
Oh, that would be
something
really hard for me.
especially for you, yeah.
It's like, let's say, it's logistically really hard.
Someone
Is it
asks.
possible? Yes. Will it ever happen? No.
Someone
Not
asks
the
if any of us in the team is a real-life truck driver.
No, not me. At
Not
least.
myself.
I drive vans.
No.
Does that count?
Depends on
Yeah,
how
I drive
big
my
the van
van as
is.
well. Yeah.
Oh, what does Vitus drive? He drives a minibus, does he? Is that similar?
Yeah, Scania bus.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not a truck driver by
No.
profession.
That's probably as close as we
know
get,
one
though.
person. I know one person. One of our former beta testers.
Yeah,
Doesn't drive a truck. Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know.
the Nissan Trucker is also one of our testers.
Whoa,
Yeah.
What the hell?
what was that?
What?
What happened?
What happened?
What
I
the
just saw a car flying.
There's a car falling in all direction, like
Sounds good.
just defying physics.
Is
Yeah,
this the
perhaps-
Amsterdam airport on the right?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is Schiphol. Yeah.
this reminds me of a comic strip where physics was broken so many times that. Wait, maybe that's not good for YouTube.
Interesting.
No, it was basically physics just gave up.
Yeah, that's what
I've never
happened.
seen the old pre-ProMods Rotterdam before. I think.
Oh, I remember this
Oh,
area
God.
here.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the aqueduct under the Haarlemmermeer Ringvaart.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Tested Boston many times. This is just a generic model, because in real life the old aqueduct has this checkerboard pattern on the side.
Yeah.
Very notable.
Oh, we
Plus
did have
so
this
many
tunnel.
times.
Yeah.
Then we have the Benelux
So we
tunnel
are
here.
entering Rotterdam.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Benelux tunnel.
Yes.
That one we do have in ProMods.
Yeah, we do have one.
You probably know all about it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we have the old version of Knoop Benelux that I.
Oh yeah.
made.
Yeah.
This is also really dodgy.
Oh,
What
I
is,
see. Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's favorite trucks in ATS?
Oh, I don't think I have one.
I think for me it's
Either.
Scania
maybe this can.
or the Volvo because
ETS or ATS?
Eurotruck.
ETS.
ETS.
Sure.
Then it's
Oh,
the
play
Volvo
ETS.
because that has the most power.
For me, it's
Yeah.
either Scania S or the new Renault truck.
For me, it's either the Volvo or the newer Scanias.
I think same for me. Or the DAFs.
Can we also ask the opposite question? What is your least favorite truck?
Iveco.
Iveco. Yeah.
I think that's a general answer.
Yeah, that's yeah.
The Renault Magnum. Oh man, that
Definitely
thing's
the Magnum.
ugly.
I hate it. Iveco.
Nobody
Yeah,
likes
That's
it.
had a new truck in the game for ages as well.
The
The other
West,
one
So
was-
if they add a new Iveco, maybe. it might
the
be
West
a change.
Balkan DLC is noticeably more resource hungry than the previous DLCs. Do you guys know why?
Yeah, more detail in the map. Just it has more draw calls and triangle things. They try to optimize it. I've heard, but even with SCS global tactics would be sufficient. So that's why I also raised the minimum specs of the game, because they couldn't keep up with lower specs while keeping this level of detail.
Interesting fire trucks. So the AI vehicles are still the ones that we currently have in the ProMods Europe, right? They're not
Yeah.
any different.
Yeah, those Dutch fire trucks are quite new.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem that sometimes you see some vehicles here that are completely standing still.
Oh, sorry, Briggs. Did I cut you off? Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, like on my screen, I had like a load of space. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Convoy
things.
do
Sorry
things
about
quite
that.
a lot. That's all right.
Right, and we will enter Belgium.
Interesting
in a few.
comment. I gotta say, SCS has made a great job with West Balkan DLC, since ProMods added only 2-3 cities in West Balkans.
What?
What?
So
We haven't
I
added
will
any
repeat
cities to West Balkans so
the
far?
thing. SCS made a great job with the West Balkan DLC because ProMods added only 2 or 3 cities.
Hey,
No.
we have more.
You have,
We have
yeah,
more
way more.
cities than the West Balkans DLC, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, well, the answer to your comment is no.
I remember trying the West Balkans before the DLC, and they looked like many cities.
Maybe
Just
because it's
open the
much.
map there, Stefan.
What?
You'll see the 3 cities.
Yeah.
If there are only 3, then you should probably name them.
Classic added only 2-3 Balkan cities.
I think even
the plastic, right? Yeah.
even
Ah.
and I think even Classic
might
has
have
more
list.
than that. I think Classic already has.
So basically, ProMods has 2 West Balkans, like one that are currently now before the merge, and another one that's in Classic, like before the.
I think I know what he means. I think he means like ProMods Classic added the only 2.3 version cities, like 2.3 maybe, perhaps. I don't know.
he is like enumerating.
Confusing.
Hello ProMods, when will you add cities to American Truck Simulator again?
Soon.
Once we get them finished, which we're trying to do as soon as possible, but it's taking a very long time. But as soon as they're
Are
ready,
we
they'll be
in
out.
Antwerp?
yes, it's the
this
ring,
is Antwerp.
and we're just entering the Kennedy Tunnel.
Please don't merge with West Balkans, because we will have to buy that DLC.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's already a lot of work done for it, so I'm not gonna stop now.
I think we can just revert everything back because of this comment.
Yeah, just remove the progress.
No.
It's
Will
inevitable.
you use new prefabs from Western Balkan DLC in your project in the future? I am already using them in Bucharest Rebuild. So
I'm using them in Norway too.
But
Yeah, we'll use them as well.
Which one? Sorry?
but mostly they will keep in the same area as they are actually used. Because merging prefab sets is not recommended.
Nope.
West Balkans prefabs?
Yes.
I've used them in Greenland, all over the place.
Yeah, Greenland is based upon
they
them.
have many options for road, like the lines on the road.
Narrow roads.
Yeah.
That was the main thing.
Yeah,
Also-
but we can reskin some of them.
I found 3-lane one-way road only in the West Balkan set, like non-highway set, for the Waniri Square in Bucharest. Also, some prefabs are not present in the other.
I think only
Sets.
Russia, unreleased Russia DLC has that 3-lane like city roads. Two-way.
I don't think it does.
I
I think it's just West Balkans.
No, I think I saw in another model. I think,
Maybe.
well, perhaps I didn't see correctly.
That's one of my favourite things about working in American Truck, is that you get one prefab set and that's it.
Oh yeah.
It's so much nicer than looking through all the prefabs in ETS2 and finding the exact one you want, and then actually
That's
it's
true.
not compatible with the
Sometimes
presets that
searching
you're
a
using.
model or prefab can take a long time.
Yeah.
And it's especially sad if you, after all that, you can't find the one you need.
And you just end up making a bezier patch and then ask Wojtek to make a prefab.
Yes. You have to give in at some point and just, well, then we have to make it ourselves.
Regarding the Winterland map snow, would be great if SCS would consider adding the snow in the entire map as a huge project in the future.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very huge project.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Which makes me think.
That means
why
mapping
don't-
everything completely from the ground up again, probably.
Why
right?
doesn't SCS do something like the?
I think seasons would be the most likely case.
Oh.
Why don't they just replace the textures of the roads and the materials? There are already.
Yeah, but it's not
mods.
just replacing the textures, like the walls of snow next to the roads. Like,
There's so
yeah.
much.
you have to actually
Yeah.
map. Yeah.
And there's also
Not as easy as it makes
the
now.
snow-covered cars, but there are
Yeah.
also some mistakes that you already see. Is that there's one tunnel where there is just snow road in the tunnel. Well,
Yeah.
that wouldn't make sense because there's no way to that snow can fall that way.
Basically, easier said than done.
Yeah.
So it's made sound easy, and then you can get these edge cases where some things are a problem, just don't make sense.
The UK is the most reworked map area in ProMods compared to vanilla ATS2. Do you agree?
Boom. Good question.
The UK, a lot of the UK's been re-skinned and refreshed,
Yeah.
so from that perspective, probably. But from rebuilt, I'm not sure.
Not rebuilt, I think.
In the
Uh,
UK, every city, I think, has been re-skinned at least. Oh dear, what's happening here with the AI?
Wasn't there at some point a project that reskinned the whole of UK? Remember
Yeah,
that?
all of the UK
Yeah.
has been re-skinned.
Yeah. A lot of cities in the south are rebuilt, but
Yeah.
It may not look like it today, but a lot of Germany was also massively reworked. Poland is massively reworked, but that was mostly inherited from Poland's rebuilding.
I have a personal question, like more as
And,
like
oh, yeah.
curiosity. Do you think Going East will ever gonna be revisited, rebuilt, or reskinned by the SCS?
Some point, of
Most
course.
likely.
We just don't know when, but at some point, yes.
Probably the
Yeah,
most finished country is Austria, said the Scan.
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
One of the most another country that is heavily modified in our version is Belgium. Belgium is heavily modified in our version.
Oh yeah.
When
Like
was
only the south
Belgium
is
made?
still the original one.
Ooh, that's like
near
5 or 6
Luxembourg.
years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really liked Brussels in Belgium. It looked really nice and sophisticated.
Yeah, but nowadays you would see that there's a lot of dodgy techniques, but still.
Yeah.
It's really cool. You can
Rotterdam
just
is
drive to
pretty
the center. Yeah.
Are there other vanilla countries that we heavily modified?
The
I'm
Netherlands.
just looking at the map and I don't think there's a single fuel station on the rest of our route.
I don't think so.
I think there's one above Rouen.
Well,
I
However
think
you
that might
say
be
it.
slightly off.
Oh,
Yeah, it's slightly
Oh,
off.
God.
yeah, we can
Yeah.
stop there if it's in the
Yeah.
middle.
So I'm down into the red now. Apparently I've got a
That's
tiny
quick.
fuel tank. Yeah, I know.
Must have got a really tiny fuel tank. I like it 70% still.
I still have 1,000 kilometers left.
I don't know how many I have left because I'm just following the person in front of me.
No, he's referring to the infotainment thing on the dashboard.
How many kilometers left in your
okay.
tank?
Oh. I have just about...
I
1,000,
have
yeah.
2,000, but I'm pretty sure that's not real.
It must be.
According to my truck, I can go 250 kilometers, and then I run out.
I
do
think.
need
I think we.
I need gas.
That will be possible. I think.
But,
What do you guys think? When will the Russia DLC be released?
again,
It's,
we have absolutely no idea.
When
It would be
we can
good.
fly.
There's one condition where it will be released, and a lot of people will rejoice, and that is when the war is over.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But then we
We'll
would
have to wait.
rejoice on for other reasons.
Yeah, that's not the main reason.
Namely that the war is over.
Any works in Ireland currently?
I think we already answered that one, guys.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think there is
Ireland's,
some work.
Ireland's
now,
got some work.
I hate these
Waterford.
junctions. I hate these single lane junctions.
Oh.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah, Ireland's got some work in.
Oops.
Stupid AI.
Paris.
What else is new? Use.
What?
You're causing mayhem to my parking brake.
I was having to brake. Because I don't brake with the parking.
Is this ProMods area or SCS area?
This is ProMods area, or at least the old ProMods area.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
I am
Have
looking
we
on the
driven?
map.
Have we
go.
driven on some SCS roads?
In the Netherlands, at least. Like the past Amsterdam was all
probably,
SCS.
yeah.
The whole A1.
This shows how big that was.
I am looking on the map right now and I just wonder why is the trajectory for the Eurotunnel train looking like this? It's like very...
Now it still has the depths from the main mod, where the Earth tunnel is actually at a different location.
So it's a bug. Or...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's taken the location from our rebuild and applied it to the
Ah,
vanilla version, is why.
Ah, yes.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting real trajectory.
So this is really ancient, still built by, it was built by Kuchek.
Mm.
No idea why he hangs around nowadays. But he developed a lot of old fronts.
Hey guys, I
This looks
want
pretty cool.
you guys to have a certain region map on ProMods.
Come on.
I have no idea about
Southern
southern
region
region.
in
Is it mentioned or
It's
what?
a map of a southern region of Russia.
Yeah.
Ah,
They
it's
might be
like,
referring to the
Above
ProMods
the
Caucasus MP
Caucasus,
servers.
right, or not?
Yeah. Above Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're referring to having it enabled on the ProMods Truckers MP server, then we don't have any control over that.
Oh,
Because it's not our
yeah.
map and it's not our server.
Exactly.
But it
don't
also
know why
won't be
people-
coming into ProMods anytime.
Yeah, no.
I see that Mendel has taken some space.
Yeah.
Are we gonna pull over for fuel at some point?
Yeah, there's
There's
a
no
gas
view,
station in
I
front.
think.
Yeah, the,
Yeah,
the next
yeah,
in the
yeah.
next junction, if we just continue straight for like 10 kilometers, we'll be at a gas station.
Okay.
I think where Mendelsoft is. Oh, actually, it's a bit
I
farther.
don't
than
see
that.
any.
Nah, it's a bit farther than that.
It's fine.
If there's next fuel station, I will wait.
Right.
There's one if you go straight, yeah. Intersection there.
What was the most difficult map area to get information for? Roads, satellite use, etc. in the ProMods history.
I would say Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan.
What? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
What was the question?
The most difficult areas to get information about.
Yeah.
Same answer. Mendelsoft.
Yeah, Kazakhstan.
No, even more Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
There's a little different. Oh, actually, no. The hardest one by far is Iraq. Iraq has no information whatsoever
I
online.
understand.
There are also some other parts of our art. I think Tova was also there's quite a lack of street view there, so that was also a bit hard. But
So we have about 20 minutes left of our journey, so guys, don't forget to ask any more questions that we have till the
Yeah,
end of the stream. Thank you. Okay, so Mandel already is at the gas station. We will just
Yes.
Tim, we have a problem here.
What? You can emergency
Oh, we
refuel.
could just drive around it.
Yeah, just go around it
Oh, alright then.
quickly.
When we're at the gas station, I'm actually gonna leave because I need to be somewhere else this evening,
Alright, no problem.
and this is taking a bit longer than I thought it would.
So we just
No worries.
go straight from here, right?
Alright.
Okay, good. All right.
Or we're gonna continue on this road
Yes,
instead
we
of
just
the
go straight.
route we had. Let's wait for,
Okay,
Adam for Ted.
No, okay.
Yeah. Goodbye, guys.
So
you,
bye,
Pim.
Pim.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Yes, same for you. Good evening. Enjoy the rest of the stream.
alright, my steering wheel clamp just got loose.
Interesting.
Oh.
How did you manage to do that?
You scratched.
What?
Everything back to normal. I think the stream crashed for like a few seconds, but it says it's back.
Oh.
Okay.
I got kicked out of the convoy.
Yeah, you just vanished.
Oh dear.
What?
Yeah.
I'm joining back.
No, not nothing.
I got kicked out of the convoy. I'm trying to join
Anyone
back.
else?
Nope.
Okay. Just when you get back, try to like teleport in front of us so that you don't have to catch up much. No.
Yes.
The stream had a little pause, but it works okay.
It's-
Okay, as expected. Is it possible for people to submit their content be added to ProMods?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Unless you become a ProMods developer, I don't think so.
I mean, there's been people in the past, like
Valley
Peds for
was an
Keel.
exception, I think.
Ah, that's true.
because the quality was really good. It just had to be some bug fixes.
I guess Great Step almost falls in that category too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that would still need to some negotiation and.
Yeah, exactly. But the original author, Great Step, is not a developer. That was my point.
Who did this area to old France?
Well, it's good chat. So it was developer of the old days. He did basically everything, almost everything in France.
Quite a lot.
That is quite a lot.
We have basically covered all the continental Europe plus Iceland. Will you expand ProMods Europe somewhere else? I heard Greenland mentioned.
Yeah,
Yes.
Greenland is. You have that. If you want to come, Great Step as well.
Well, we still have a lot.
Balkan merge.
We still have a lot to do in Ukraine,
And
but on the other hand, we still also have a lot of maintenance. I
Yeah.
mean, you have a great lot of content in Europe, but it's aging. It's getting
There's always-
old, and there's always something to just renew. So, well, some people will say, "Ah, yeah, it's really sad to see these old areas go. I would like to see the old areas going back." It's just not really good for manpower, and sometimes it's good riddance to get
About-
rid of old buggy content in favor of much better looking new SCS content.
About Greenland, for obvious reasons, it's not going to be a big thing. It's probably going to be centered in the things that I've announced, Nuke. And like it or not, it's North America. So that's a interesting thing.
Yeah, that's true. Different continent.
Yeah. It's probably the only city in ProMods that is gonna be, ProMods Europe, that is gonna be in North America. It's crazy to say, but it's true.
I am having difficulty trying to join back, but
Mendel, you know the destination, right? The road to the destination.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Quite a lot in France to see.
What's
yeah, well, it's
happening?
an interesting country.
What the hell?
The telepass doesn't work?
It opened and it closed again.
They want you to
That's
pay again.
try
You got
to
scammed for your
reverse
money.
and-
Yeah.
It's open on my screen. You might just be able to drive through it.
Oh, what the
Magic.
It was open for us here.
It looks closed for me, but I just drove to it. What the
Very
hell?
Might be a
stable game.
Convoy bug.
What?
What was the first region added to ProMods? Was it Scandinavia?
Scandinavia.
Yes, it was Scandinavia. It was even called the Scandinavia add-on back in the day, before it became ProMods.
Yeah. The area we began driving today in the Livestream, all the way from Bergen to the areas we drove in Sweden, it's all ProMods.
That was all the first ProMods.
Yep.
why Scandinavia and not the Netherlands?
Because the Netherlands was already in the game, and Scandinavia was not.
Can you rework Bristol and replace G18 with G19 in the UK? M4 motorway in Bristol.
What was that? Oh,
Why
I missed that one.
are there jackhammers?
See all other things about mapping requests.
Okay, that was very weird.
Wait, how many kilometers is it still?
140 and then like 100 more. So around 200 and something.
Yay, another
I
talk
still
game.
can't join for some reason.
Try like you did before the stream, like restart or
I
refresh.
restarted the game twice.
Wow.
Very stable.
What feature do you wish SCS would have added to the game or map editor? He asked only for the game, but I added myself for the map editor.
For the game.
Rotate images. Rotate images in sign editor, please.
That should
Oh yes,
Dang it.
yes. That would be really useful.
Custom companies, but SCS seems to do have done all of it already.
Yeah, now we just need custom prefabs to be made in the map editor.
Oh yeah,
That would be
But I
interesting.
think the best feature would be no crashes. No. That would be
no
perfect.
crashes. That would be something hard.
When will
Yeah,
This
the
would
design
be
editors.
paradise.
or more like, or wait, what would also help is having something useful in the log files instead of cryptic errors.
Oh.
When will
Yeah.
ProMods 2.69 be out?
When the next version of ETS2 releases, but no
And
sooner
he
than
also asked
And-
when
and
is
it's- and it's
1.50 coming out.
that. After the
1.50?
version after that.
Well, if you want to release date for 1.50, you're not getting any because we don't know.
Oh dear.
But it's also, it's not even sure if
Oh,
it's
dang, what happened?
if the next version is 2.69 or if we just go up to 270. Because we may add some big changes in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
The AI just
integration of-
reversed and crashed into me.
I've
The-
caused chaos for Stefan.
Yeah, for real.
I mean,
That was all my
And now
fault.
it's reversing again. What? How did the AI truck go inside the railing? And it just went by.
It's the AI. That's how
it's
they
magic.
work. Yeah. It's the force.
How to play same job with you?
What?
How to play same job with you, with us? I think he's
It's
asking
a
about
Convoy.
Convoy.
Yeah.
What made you
It's a close
jump the
Convoy.
version?
He's asking if I
go.
would join the party.
If we want to go for, if the reason why we may want to go for 2.70 is that we may for may add the Balkan release to it, West Balkans, and that may grant a reason to say, well, this is a big thing. We just make a big jump in the version number, and it has been a while since we've done that.
Never apply logic to the ProMods versioning number.
What
Someone
will
asked
make
just
the
now.
version jump to 3.0? It's,
Yeah, someone asked why we jumped from 1.0 to 2.0. I think that was mainly just for fun more than
And I
anything.
think from 1.9 to 2.0 is that 2.0 was the first one that had, I think, required DLCs. It's also with the integration of Poland's rebuilding.
Although no, going east I think was also mandatory from 1.98 or so.
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
Yeah.
Ah yes, North DLC 1.15 and 95.
It's a car photography that's
Scandinavia.
floating like 50 centimeters above the road.
yeah, I've noticed.
I'm just gonna resort to watching the stream itself because I can't join back anymore. I love this game.
Stress.
Meanwhile, I'm still trying to catch up. What was the purpose of this brown texture on the middle of the highway? Dirt?
dirt.
I see what you mean. Maybe, I don't know. The design choices.
I can already see our assigned destination.
I can't because I'm just following you.
I already see the Le Mans Saint-Michel. But, okay, how did we get there actually?
Just make a right turn. It's just that the GPS didn't work because of some prefab.
Yeah, there's a prefab not marked on the map.
There was a sign actually, I think.
Let's see. We're now on territory without GPS. I think it's the next exit.
That should be.
Yeah.
It's not marked on the map. We just have to see it like when we get there.
Ah, there it is. Le Mans Saint-Michel. Yeet! That's gonna leave a scratch. Do you guys also have sometimes right that
Oh, what?
that Skywalk the beach switches?
Yeah, that was Stefan changing the time, I guess.
I have to go around.
Briswell, for complaints about Discord bans, you can head over to our forum and ask for help there. Don't make a new topic, you have to find a topic related to Discord ban here. It's universal. So we're almost there, right?
Almost.
So,
Wait.
That's the wrong exit.
Ah,
Wrong exit.
wait.
Got it.
Yeah, just reverse on the on-ramp.
If it works.
Poor car behind you.
Yeah, sorry for that. She's not gonna remember anything after we finish
oh,
the
we're going to that place.
Someone's steering.
Yeah, it's me.
Thank you so much for answering all of the questions and congratulations for your 10 years anniversary. Very sweet. And the next roundabout I make a right turn or do I just go ahead? Ahead, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
This area is worth making a secret area, you know, with the new feature.
Yeah.
How do you choose your secret passages when mapping? You see, speak of the wolf and it's
Do
an
you think a place is fun?
it's
Fun to drive, but not per se
a
realistic.
new setting in the map editor. You just go in the specific road or prefer properties, and there you can select the setting saying secret road. How beautiful of a destination. Whoever suggested that, I think Scan had a great idea.
What the hell happened?
Of course I did.
So, are there any other questions left?
Where is Briggs? Oh,
I thought I'd get a bit closer to the.
he's on the castle. Look behind you.
Yeah, I see.
A little bit
I
closer,
wonder
eh?
how did he get there. Right.
Probably by crane. Truck got lifted up.
Question: how do you choose your secret passages?
I
when
responded.
mapping?
And we already have that.
Okay.
You know what? I think you guys have a better parking idea than the parking lot.
Lol.
Very well. Yeah,
What's the button to
it
get rid
works.
of?
At the top of the castle.
Ted
might
and
have realism.
Joes, you are next.
Oh my god!
Not like that.
We need a screenshot of this
Of course.
Comes falling from the sky.
and put it on Discord.
Does anyone know the keybind to get rid of people's names?
It's in the
And
gameplay settings at the bottom.
I mean, inside a castle.
So yeah, guys, this was pretty much the ProMods classic. Oh my god. The ProMods classic 10-year convoy, also the secret, the Santa, sorry, Christmas convoy. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope that we could answer all your questions. If there's anything else you'd want to ask us, please do it now. Guys, do you have anything else to add before we wrap the stream?
Not myself, no.
No, I think that's all.
Also,
done.
it's been
Yeah.
exactly 3 hours, so it's
Yep, exactly
Wow.
3 hours. Perfect.
Nice. I guess someone, I think someone guessed it